Nestled in the woods of Black Mountain, North Carolina, is a property that houses over 70 rescued, abused, and refused wolf dogs, as well as captive bred wolves. This is a story of how Full Moon Farm came to be, as well as the people who made it what it is today.
I never anticipated Full Moon Farm to be as big as it is. But the need for education and the need for sanctuary for these myth-understood animals has driven it to the point of being the size that it is.
Well, I got a good hold of it. Open the lid for me. Open the lid for me, and I can just drop them in.
Well, it was started in my home, and with the big rescue from New Hampshire that really got the ball rolling. That was in April of 2002, so till August of 2006, I lived, walked, talked, eat, breathed, and slept wolf dogs.
Well, I was just shopping through Black Mountain one day, and I bought a bumper sticker in the Bonafide Bakery, and she started telling me all about the wolf dogs out here, and that they need volunteers, and I was like, well, I can't donate anything, but I can definitely volunteer. So I just started volunteering like 2 or 3 days a week, and that's really how I found out about it.
I first heard about it when I went online. It was a wolf dog Yahoo group, and a dog that I had rescued I thought had wolf content in it because she acted a little different than my other dogs, and that's where I actually met Nancy. When I put the picture on the website, she thought it might have been a dog that she had once bred or it came from her line, and so I started talking to her, and I didn't realize at the time that Full Moon Farm was even here, and I've lived in North Carolina all my life. So as soon as I found out how close it was, the next day I was up here. So I've probably been volunteering a little over a year now.
I first started volunteering, and I heard about the farm from a coworker of mine. She found out I had an interest in wolves and told me one day about the farm. She had heard about it from a friend. That night I went home, signed up to volunteer, and I've been here ever since. It was May of this past year, so about 7-8 months.
But I told Nancy that I was trying to find a place on my own, and she's like, well, would you rather just like live out here for free and, you know, take care of the animals? And I said, yeah, absolutely. That sounds like an awesome way to spend my time. So.
Back in the 20s, the Davidson Fur Farm bred wolves for pelts. And after 3 generations bred in captivity, your geneticists say you breed the wild out. Technically, scientifically, they change. So his lines have been bred in captivity since 1920. Is he a wild animal? I think not. If I have COOKIESs, he has to sit for his treats. He has to sit for his food. He has to have some basic manners. I can walk him on a leash.
Pope Constantine in 1514 branded the wolf the devil's dog, and that started the demise, and the Europeans brought that over with them. So when I went to Raleigh and had the opportunity to speak, and I explained that a wolf dog is not half wolf, half dog, and I explained that a wolf dog is an animal with recent wolf heritage in the last 5 generations, and I explained that there currently is not a commercial DNA test that can prove a wolf dog has recent wolf heritage, that it's all subjective, and how could they regulate something they could not identify? Wolf dogs were removed from that bill. The last incarnation of that bill is still sitting in committee.
Really, we just want people to be more responsible with any pet ownership process, you know. There shouldn't be so many dogs that can just be dropped off at their local humane society, and wolf dogs are kind of like the worst case scenario because they're probably not going to get adopted. They're probably going to be put down unless they're taken to a reserve like this, or you can find someone special that will take the time to work with them, or will have the property, the space, the money to do it. Really, a high content wolf dog won't be good in your house. They should be kept outside in an 8 to 10 foot high enclosure with dig wire, and they have to have adequate space. and a very good diet. So.
It would be the volunteers for hands-on activity. We have twice a week, we have volunteers come out to the farm that will allow the animal caretaker a day off, which I never had when I was there by myself. So he gets a little bit of time off, and volunteers both for hands-on with the dogs. It can be as simple as carrying a banner in our Christmas parade, or handing out literature at a school, or arranging a speaking engagement for me to come in and talk to students or talk to a group of people, or an FFA or the Lions Club or things like that. So yes, we are dependent heavily on volunteers.
Yeah, the Howlands give an opportunity for the public to finally come and see, to whereas usually we're normally closed because we have to work and stuff. But yeah, and I think a lot of people, we get a lot of volunteers probably from Howlands. They get out here and they actually see the farm and see what goes on and what's involved. So.
For folks to be able to see that we are a real live brick and mortar organization and not just a pretty website, because there are a whole lot of organizations that are just pretty websites. And the fact that we aren't set up, it's not like walking into the Humane Society or the Animal Control and hearing a bunch of barking dogs on concrete 3-foot wide pens. That we try to give them enrichment. We try to keep them busy and keep them loved and keep them healthy and have large size containments and make a difference in their lives.
This place is great. It's unbelievable what she's done.
We gave dog toys and leashes and blankets and bleach. We went up to Black Mountain to the art thing, and I just saw the little stand on the tent that gave me the full idea.
Well, first of all, I think that, the dogs have no say, and they need somebody to speak for them, and otherwise they'll be put down for no reason, especially with people who abuse the dogs, So I think it's important for that.
Full Moon Farm relies on donations. We don't get any corporate support, any big grants from any of the big organizations. Wolf dogs fall in the cracks. The ASPCA and HSUS are a dog organization. They don't respect wolf dogs. National Wildlife Federation, Defenders of Wildlife, they support wolves in the wild. We don't have wild wolves. So we fall in the cracks, and we depend on the goodness of people. So somebody who can sit down at the computer and research some grants, or talk to IAMS, or talk to Chicken Soup, or talk to Timberwolf Organics, and see if we can get short-dated things, or if they're willing to donate. We're in need of a walk-in cooler so we can start feeding more meat again and cut our feed bill by getting deer from the processing plants. There's a lot of things that can be done off-site, but the primary thing is it's going to take a commitment for somebody to want to help and to believe that they make a difference.
To me, it's enriched my life so much, because it's hard to explain unless you get out and you do it. And you get so much from it. People, you don't get paid for it in cash or money, but the feeling you get inside, the self-worth that you get from it is worth every bit of it. It's a wonderful feeling to be able to give back.
Yeah, I think I am. I want to go back and see my wife and talk to her about sponsoring a dog here. And I've talked to the owner here, and there's another place up our way in New Hampshire. So I think I want to go check that one out too.
Well, this is one of the many, many nonprofit organizations to help out with. Habitat for Humanity is a good one. Salvation Army, go to a soup kitchen and help out. Just don't shut out all that still needs to be done for this community and this country. This country is made up of communities where not everyone is well off. Not everyone's in a great situation. Everyone can use a little bit of help. And this might sound like Marxist of me or something, but we should all kind of chip in. That's the only way things will get better for everyone.